hot take.
Oh my god, that's such a good piece of advice.
When taking a look at my entire book, I get overwhelmed by everything.
Because there's so much to talk about in a mother's love, you wouldn't instinctually do this, but I think that might be a sub-theme that you could do. Because the pieces, honestly, the pieces that focused on mothers sometimes weren't standout pieces. And the pieces that had mothers in them, I'm remembering. Bad Weather in California, which I keep going to because I love. Chicken for Dinner. For example, the two of those have mothers in them, but it's not about the mother-daughter relationship. It's a lot about the daughter, and it's about the mother's relationship, but it's not like Into the Daisies, for example. And a title piece, Mahalia.
No, I know.
Mother piece.
Yeah.
And you're trying to tell the story of a mother, which I think is a really hard thing to do, and I think it's easier and more powerful to do that in a little pieces. I forget which writer talked about it. It might have been Hemingway, but he says, don't talk about the war and the battles. Talk about the single children's shoe burned on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Like, focus in to talk about the atrocities, because that's where the emotional punch is. Some of these pieces are doing is focusing in on one moment between a mother and daughter and making that speak for their relationship. So Chicken for Dinner just keeps standing out to me because the mother stays silent. That tells us all we need to know, and it's like 2 lines. And what's interesting in a mother-daughter relationship is the subtext. Is like, it's the most complicated relationship and the most intense and intimate relationship for a lot of people, and for these characters in your stories. If there's not subtext, and if you're not working that subtext to the best of your ability, it's not going to be a strong piece as much as the others.
Yeah. Interesting, okay.
I have a hot take that you may not like.
Uh-oh, we love hot takes.
You ready for it?
I
wasn't a big fan of the Barrio pieces.
Wait, that is a hot take. Okay, why? Okay, tell me. Yeah. Oh my god.
But I have, like, reasons.
Yeah, no. Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a little bit like Lumpia. It feels a little like the same Disney kind of thing. This is a fairly expected story. I think the strongest part of these are the details. I like this sentence to mention one name is utter the others quickly and within the same breath. But there's no conflict really until the second part has conflict within itself. It's not quite self-contained, which I think some of your other longer thread pieces are.
What do you mean in terms of self-contained?
The last sentences, we've got the choice that she makes between Miguel and her womanhood, and we don't see the consequence. Essentially, we don't have a denouement, and it can be 3 more sentences. It really doesn't have to be that much.
That's a really good point. Oh my god.
And because this story is fairly binary in that there's Helena and Miguel, binary in that there's boys versus girls, binary in that there's childhood versus womanhood, I kind of wanted her to step out of that.
Oh my god, that's such a good piece of advice.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. That's brilliant. Like, that's such a strong, like, yeah, okay. Do it.
So here.
Oh, you just, like, so clearly, like, said, like, the fact, like, the binary idea and, like, her stepping outside of it, I'm like, oh my god, like, you're totally right. What the, okay. Mind blown.
It's not hot take anymore, is it?
No, I was just like, I thought you were gonna say something along the lines of, like, you should take it out. I'm like, what? Like, but you're like, no, this is, like, this needs to be restructured, like, a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. A name from Tagalog that means like love.
Is that your middle name?
No, it's like, it's always been a name that I've been like, I don't know if I want to have kids or not, but like, if I did have a daughter, I would name her that. Even though I have like kind of this dark look on life sometimes, I'm like, I would want to give her everything. Like the mother theme, I did want it to come off as strong, and I think it can come across as strong. Like the way that you're saying is like subtext, 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 and I'm like, oh, that is a very powerful way to explain a mother's love and all the complications and even my fears behind what it could mean to be a mom and everything. And I almost in some ways look at the vignettes as each as their own song, like their own contained world and everything, and like me trying to explore who I am and like where I'm at in life. And almost like if I did have a daughter, this would be like her way of understanding like who I am. There's this idea of like when you get older, you finally start realizing that your parents are real people.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot in this collection.
Yeah. And so I'm just like, if I had a daughter, it would be like, this is who I am and like all the complicated things that I feel in this moment, and everything. Yeah, so that's where like songs for Mahalia came from.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, you too. But I was just like, I like the meaning behind it. It's just not the strongest piece. Like the title piece should probably be the strongest piece.
It should be a strong one. But yeah, you're working with a piece that is complicated. The way it's the direction it's going right now is complicated and it's beautiful, but it doesn't sound like it's the direction you started out to write this piece in. If you keep it going this direction, which could be really interesting, it would definitely change the meaning of the title of the collection. One thing you can do is kind of marry the ways that you take it. It's her daughter, it's her teaching her daughter about life through these songs. It's about her sharing the greatest parts and the worst parts of love. It's about love in general. A
lot of these pieces are heavy and there's very few of them that are sweet. And like even like Mahalia, the piece itself isn't like purely sweet. There's a sweet sentiment of I want the best for you. I want to send you off with all the good things in life. Because I think it's important to keep the sweetness of it. And the good intention behind it. And I don't know how to make that stronger.
I think we're stuck on the same thing, which is encouraging. Because I think you know what I'm talking about.
No, 100%.
Put this away and start it from a blank page. Don't edit it, just completely redo it. You know, knowing this piece as you do, whatever elements stand out to you, take and carry forward, but don't edit this, redo it completely.
I do think you're right, because I'm getting stuck with the previous structures I'd built for myself, and it's not helping.
And I think the general impressions from this piece as it is right now are stronger and will carry you forward farther than the specific lines.
Hi everybody, tiring day. I had a very late last night, and honestly, I probably should be working on editing a video right now. I feel like I have to like work on the overarching themes of the book just because it's so fresh in my mind right now. Like, talking with Leo, talking with Sarah, I feel like all these ideas are circulating in my head and I need to act on them right now before I kind of forget and lose the latency of everything that they've, all their advice. I'm gonna look through all of the notes that Leo and Sarah gave me and break down how each vignette fits into a theme that they talked about. So first, identify the themes in the longer pieces, and then see how I can kind of align the smaller pieces to that, because I think the big issue is that there's some pieces that just don't make any sense, that don't fit, and there's some pieces that don't really fit, but I can try to fit into the larger theme. when taking a look at my entire book, I get overwhelmed by everything, and then it's very hard to just take a direction and go with it. Because right now my brain is scattered. I'm like, oh, this, I need to do that, I need to do that, I need to do that. So I just kind of need to anchor myself down on one task point. I've written down all the themes that I've talked about. Here, can we see this? How fun is this? These are all the themes, right? We got leaving, love. I'm trying to read this all backwards. What does that say? Losing love, childhood. I think this is mother's love. Then we have friends, philosophy, and then growing up, and then leaving love. Again, have to really focus in on a task right now because my brain is scattered. I'm going to look at the big vignettes, identify all the themes within that and where I can push more, pull back more, and then write out the titles of all the other smaller vignettes and where they fall down and where I can start connecting some. Yes, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. That's the game plan. I realize I should dye up my hair because you can't see past this sheet of black. So I've been at it, and this is kind of what we're looking at, right? So we got my three main stories that are a bit longer. So I got Barrio Chases, No Chances / Flowers for Elena, and then I guess I should rename this to actually something, but I have California / Bologna. I've just like laid out all of the themes that are in blue. So you're like right here are the ones where I think that I could actually dive a little bit deeper in. Honestly, like realizing this, I'm surprised that home was such like a strong theme that I wanted to imbue into the book. People have said it's not really coming across at all, so I feel like I really need to like hone that in and like add that to the other main tube. Yeah, for California / Bologna, I don't know what other areas that I can explore with that, but I have to give it a little bit more of a think, because I personally think that it's not as fleshed out of a story as Barrio Chases or Flowers for Elena. I don't know, like I think there's more that I can explore with that. It's just not there yet. They're not their own full scenes. I think they're more moments. Okay, so it's been several hours. Work has been done. I've just gone through everything. So, what you can see here, right, is all of the titles of my vignettes, right? And basically, what I'm doing is I'm taking each one and color coding them based on the themes that they have, and also kind of the themes that I think that they should have, because there's some of them where I'm like, oh, this would be a really good one to instill the theme of home or childhood or loss in, and that's something that I should work on. So as I was reading through, I was making notes on how I could probably instill some themes a little bit better and what directions to take, and also some quick changes that I can do in the meantime. And now I'm going to input that into Asana and then hopefully break it down into achievable tasks, because that's how goals are achieved. My arm is tired. Hi everybody, Future Lauren here. Oh my god, I need to go to the gym. Okay, I'm gonna do this quickly. I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. I've been really enjoying this vlogging series and really diving into the difficulties of doing this book and also some of the pleasures of it. So I wanted to say thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, give me a like and subscribe. Would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, let me know what are you working on in terms of your own book or own projects in the comments below. But for now, Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.